And we're live. I am super excited to be doing this interview tonight because not only am I joined by my colleagues, Stoomboy, Henderson, but Scott Malone, you're going to be back in the cage April 20th. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited myself.
So tell us what you've been doing, what you've been up to. It's like almost 2 years, right? Since you fought last, or will be.
After my last fight, I ended up getting an operation that I was needing for years anyway. I got an operation and they told me it was going to be 6 to 8 weeks. That 6 to 8 weeks turned into like a year and then a year and 6 months. So that's how long it's sort of taken to get back to where I wanted to be. Certain things that I was doing was still hurting it. Any sort of grappling I was doing was hurting. So like I couldn't really do nothing. The only thing I was able to do was climb, which that was the thing that sort of kept me sane. But yeah, I'm excited to get back in there and show the world what they've been missing out on.
So was there something that did not go well with the operation, or it was just a lot longer of a rehab than initially anticipated?
I think when they say 6 to 8 weeks, I think they mean like just for sort of back to normality. Like, you know, I don't think they meant training back within 6 to 8 weeks. But yeah, it just seemed to take so long to get back to where like I wanted to be. The strength, it was like the muscle was just totally gone. I still couldn't straighten it or nothing. It was just I was pretty much a nightmare. So yeah, it just took ages and ages to get to a stage where I felt comfortable to even hitting pads and stuff at the start was sore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these small things, sort of taking it step by step and slowly easing my way into it and just building it back up, pretty much. Yeah.
And now, would you say it's 100%?
I would say it's like never going to be 100% again, but it's definitely as best as it could be at the moment. You know what I mean? There's no pain when I'm training or sparring or nothing like that. So there's still little bits that I can feel it, but it's nothing to be worried about anyway.
And it's full strength, shots of full power.
Yeah, you'll see.
I can't wait. Stoom, you must
Yeah.
be buzzing as well. How good is it to have this guy back on a card, and not only back on a card, but in Scotland?
Well, that was like the big thing that sort of made me want to come back. Was I've been nipping Ian Dean's head for fucking years about getting a Scotland show, and then I heard like I think I was actually speaking to Stoom maybe that they were going to bring a show, and I was like, fuck, I hope it's not too soon.
Yeah.
And then I actually, when you were fighting Stoom, we spoke together, and Stoom reckoned it was going to be in February, and I was like, might be a bit too close. But then obviously April's given me enough time to get fit and to get my rehab in and stuff like that, and so it's kind of worked out perfect. I'm just looking forward to getting back in there and doing my thing.
That was the thing. There was never going to be a Cage Warrior Scotland, and you'd not be a part of it. So
yeah, that's it.
Do you know what I mean? We talked about, and I've been talking about this on interviews for the last couple of weeks. Obviously, the people I've been interviewing so far, and talking about, do you know what I mean, the level of talent that we've got in Scotland. I always talk about the level of talent we've got in Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? So all the way from the young guns right through to obviously your high level professionals, UFCs and PFLs and all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? The level in Scotland at the moment is unbelievable, and it's getting better and better and better. And that's because of people like say yourself, Scott, because obviously being a Cage Warriors veteran, do you know what I mean? A lot of these kids, and you speak to a lot of the kids and train with a lot of these kids as well, so they get a lot of experience and they get to see you out there doing your thing. So you're definitely a role model for a lot of kids.
Oh, I wouldn't be too much of a role model. Didn't follow me.
But no, it's true. I mean, as I say, there's a lot of fighters in Scotland, but there's a lot of people that these kids coming through look up to. And as I say, you're definitely one of the people. You're one of the guys that are out there doing your thing, fighting top guys. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? Like when you look at some of the people you fought, it's been some of the top guys that have been in the UK. So UK and further afield.
Oh, and guy as well, Nicolas Leblond. Like, we've seen him in some crazy fights, haven't we? Like, what a
Yeah.
matchup! It wasn't
I
just
don't
back.
I
It
don't
was
think it was an easy first fight back anyway.
no,
Put it
you're
that way.
definitely not going for a tune-up, are you?
No, that's it. But you know what? I think like a win over LeBlanc was probably going to put me back in the mix, like
Straight back
instantly. You know
in
what I
the
mean?
mix. Yeah.
He's came off some good wins recently, and yeah, just like I say, I'm just looking forward to getting back in there and sort of proving where I belong. You know what I mean? I know
Yeah.
I'm getting old, but I've signed a new 5-fight
Not compared
contract.
to us. You're spring chicken.
36 years old, so yeah, I feel like I've got another 5 fights. I'd like to see where I can take these 5 fights. I'd obviously love to have the belt's always been the goal from the start. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I've came so close, and
Yeah.
I felt like it's been in touching distance, and I've let myself down, and I feel like it's still there. You know what I mean? I feel like one last run for the belt. I don't think I'm going to be serious with myself, and don't think I'm ever going to make it to the UFC. At this age, I doubt they're going to sign me, but you know, there is other promotions, but I know that Cage Warriors are doing shows in like San Francisco and Rome and stuff like that. So if I can travel to these countries, so if Ian Dean's listening to this or Graham Boylan, I'd like to go and fight like abroad. I've never fought abroad. I used to travel all the time with judo, and I used to fight abroad all the time. And I've never really did it with MMA, so it would be exciting to go to places like Rome and San Diego, you know what I mean, and experience that fighting away from home rather than just in England or Wales
I'm
or
so
Belfast.
excited to hear that you're not just that you're back, but that like we've got you for a while. Like the
Yeah.
intent is for you to do quite a few more fights. That's just music to my ears. And yeah, like you say, they're in Rome a few times a year. They're in San Diego a few times a year. Like
Mhm.
Stoom, how much would we love to see him representing on one of those cards as well?
Definitely, definitely. I mean, that's where he deserves to be there. He deserves to be
Mhm.
going over there and kicking the shit out of an American fighter or kicking the shit out of an Italian guy or wherever. So that's where we want to see Scott. Do you know what I mean? So he's definitely one of the guys that have came through. We talked about this before he came on here as well. One of the most cancelled fighters as well. I mean,
Yeah.
we look at Topology. I've counted 15 cancelled fights, and
They're just the
Topology.
ones that make it to Topology
Yeah,
as
That's just
well,
the
aren't
ones
they?
that they got in there, yeah.
So, and I know obviously you've spoken about this before. I mean, but it must be frustrating because obviously again, it's frustrating because you're having to do camps and so on, but it hampers your career progress as well. Your
Yeah.
actual MMA journey.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like obviously by the time I turned pro and stuff, I was already, what was it, 2016? What age was I then? I was pretty late on in what you would call for most people's careers, you know what I mean? All these younger guys are coming through, and like Sean Clancy and stuff was like 18, 19, 20, you know what I mean? Pro debuts and whatever else. So I think I made my pro debut when I was like 26.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. No, he's 2016,
28
36 now.
if you're 36
28,
now.
28, yeah, 28, fucking hell. I'm old. So yeah, it's like I felt like all these cancellations have sort of held back my career. And same with this operation. Like I feel like I kind of lost like a year of my life where I could have been fighting and I could have been doing things. I think as well, you're quickly forgotten about in the MMA world especially if you're not fighting, especially if you're not winning, which I'm coming off obviously 2 losses. And then if you're not fighting on top of that, then nobody remembers your name. You know what I mean? It's one of these things where you need to be active, you need to be on these big shows and putting on big performances, and that's 100% what I'm going to be doing in Glasgow.
Does that put more or less pressure on you when you've been out for a while, you're coming off a couple of losses? Like, if he's the favourite, I mean, you never see Cage Warriors odds, but like, how do you feel about that? Do you prefer to be the underdog or?
I'm just looking to go out and put on a performance. To be honest, I've not really put any pressure on myself. I think before I put too much pressure on myself, and I felt like right, okay, I've got to make it to the UFC. I've got to do this. I've got to that. Now I think I'm kind of I'm past that stage. So all I want to do out there, go out there and just put a good performance on, and go away and keep winning and hopefully win that belt. And hopefully by the end of that 5-fight contract, that'll be my belt, and that'll maybe be me retiring. Depends on how I feel after all these fights. You know what I mean? I'm not going to speak too soon and say that I'm going to retire by the end of the year, because I don't know how I'm going to feel. I don't know how I'm going to feel in this fight, never mind my next one or the next 5. So I'll play it by ear as it comes.
Yeah, we've only just got you back. We don't want to be talking about retirement just
No,
yet.
no.
That's a long way away, man. That's a long way away, definitely.
Yeah.
And does it help? Like Luke Shanks has beaten Leblond, right? He's
Yeah.
got a win over him. Does that like help with a blueprint, or are you just totally different fighters and you'll have a totally different game plan?
I think I have been watching that fight with Luke, because obviously I know kind of how Luke moves and how we are. We sparred a lot and stuff. So seeing him fight and seeing what works for him against him, but at the same time, I'm like, that was maybe a couple of years ago. You know what I mean? So he's changed as a fighter since then, anyway. But it is good to see, because obviously Luke Shanks is southpaw, like myself. So I seeing the things that works and seeing the things that Nicolas Leblond does, it does help. Yeah, I can see the openings, and I can see stuff that I'm kind of watching and being a bit more clever about things these days, and trying to watch more and take it all in rather than just turning up and fighting.
But you keep yourself busy as well. I mean, outside the cage, obviously, a big part of the Goliath Fight Series crew. Obviously, putting shows on. Obviously, some really, really good shows. So, what's it like being a part of that show and being a part of that team?
Yeah, good. Like obviously, I go through every Tuesday and I coach there. And the difference within maybe a year, 2 years that the guys have actually came just by coaching. Obviously, it's not solely me, but there is obviously other coaches as well. But just the difference that they've came on within the year or the year and a half or whatever that I've been coaching there, it's quite something to watch. Like some of the boys just come through. You know, their grappling was pretty. I'm not going to say horrible, but it wasn't the best when I first went along there. Now I'm seeing them mixing up the striking with their grappling, and they're coming in, and some of them are turning into more wrestlers now, and you know what I mean. So it's good to see. It's good to see.
Yeah, they were known as more for striking anyway. It was always striking. Yeah. You would see them standing up, but then as I said, obviously yourself, Ben Fletcher come in as well. Obviously doing a lot of stuff. I know Chris Duncan's been over a few times. So and they're putting things together as well. So. And as you said, we see that every time there's a Goliath show. You see their guys trying stuff. They go in the cage, and this is the thing. A lot of fighters will come in with a game plan, whereas these fighters at Goliath will come in and they'll try shit. Do you know what I mean? So while they're in the cage, you always hear Steve like, "Don't fucking try shit. Just stick to the game plan." So that's a testament to obviously you and the other coaches that has given them the confidence.
But then they can't stick to a game plan.
Yeah, Steve will be shouting them, but they're not afraid to try anything, right? See, when they're in there, like, you know yourself, a lot of MMA fighters will maybe be afraid to try something in case it doesn't come off, or putting themselves in a bad position to advance into a better position. So, whereas these guys will go out, and you can tell by looking at them that they're enjoying themselves, right? And that's the thing. As an MMA fighter, it's difficult to enjoy while you're in there for the 9, 15 or 25 minutes or whatever. So, but these guys absolutely love it, and as I say, that's a testament definitely to the coaches that are there.
What?
Have you still got your gym at the Omega gym, Scotty?
No. Long story about that one.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. These are the things I should ask off air.
It is what it is. Like the coach that's still there, I still get on with the coach that's still there. Eamon, he's a great guy, great coach as well. He was coaching when I was there anyway. I've nothing but respect for the guys and stuff that train there. Just my business partner, we had a falling out, and decided to sort of split ways, and a lot has changed in the year that I've been off as well. Like personally in my life, and I feel like now I'm in such a better place. Whereas before I was kind of struggling, sort of mental health and whatever else. Like, obviously, I don't really want to say about my personal life too much, but I did split up with my wife in May last year. So, we're on talking terms now, and things are amicable at least. And yeah, I just feel so much better. I'm so much better place. I've got myself another girlfriend as well, so I'm happy. I'm really I'm happy with my new girlfriend as well. She's been great, very supportive. But yes, like I say, I'm in such a better place mentally than I was. I don't know if that was because I wasn't training as well.
Yeah,
You
what a
know,
terrible combination.
yeah, it's like I couldn't really do much. I had all this going on, and then yeah, like I say, that was so. It's happened. It's over. It's things are starting to sort of come back to normal now, and yeah, everything's looking up anyway.
That's some really big things to be going on in your
Yeah,
life at the same time. So
yeah,
it's really nice to hear that you've come out the other side of that and see you with a smile on your face and back training and through the other side of that injury as well.
hmm a lot been going on, but like the mountains have sort of been keeping me sane. That's the only thing that's kind of kept me alive. You know what I mean? It's going up these hills and climbing and going different places. I went on a lot of holidays, went to a lot of places, just exploring the things that I never really got to do when I was with my ex-wife. So yeah, it's just everything now is now we've got some time. I'm back working as a scaffolder again. So it's my brother's company, so he's quite flexible with my time. So if I ask for a day off, he gives me a day off. You know what I mean? It's not like
Yeah,
I've got to file in for a day off or whatever. I'll say, right, okay, Kev, I'm going to be off on Monday, and he's like, right, fair enough. So I'm self-employed, so I just don't get paid for it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But I can live off what I taking a day or a day or fucking hell, a day or two off a week. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And that's fine. So the only thing with that is it's a lot harder to get the training in,
yeah. And
especially
it's
when you're
such an
scaffolding
active
on.
job as well,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's
Like, to have the amount of energy that you wanna have for those training sessions,
yeah.
even if you can physically be there, like,
hmm
is
Not
such
just
a
any training sessions as well, but higher level training sessions. Now, higher level training sessions are very different from other gym training sessions. I mean,
yeah,
you walk in a higher level room, that's like a who's who of the martial arts community in Scotland, all
yeah.
from all over Scotland, not just Scotland, England, and so on. So
hmm
it's obviously you're working hard as a scaffolder, but training even harder at higher
yeah,
level.
yeah. They've got a lot of good guys to there. You know what I mean? A lot of pros, guys that are taking it serious. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's their job at the end of the day. Whereas obviously guys in like Dundee and stuff, it's it's a hobby to them. You know what I mean? It's just something they do on the side, and they never really want to make a career out of it or whatever. But it's always been a thing for me to try and make a career out of it. But yeah, it's just one of these things. Yeah, it's one of these things.
And you look
so many
fantastic as well. So
scaffolders.
Thank you.
I was going to say, just sorry, Katie. I'm saying he looks
No,
fantastic. Do you know what I
he
mean?
does, he does.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what I mean? He's got definitely a look to him.
The
Do you know what I mean?
the new lid,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Oh, sharp.
great. No, I was
Uh,
just gonna
uh,
say there's so many scaffolders that are MMA fighters. That's like a common theme. We might have to count them up. Like,
yeah,
loads,
it does.
yeah.
You know what? See, I kind of use it now as where before when I used to work before, I used to kind of hate it and be like, oh, I fucking can't wait to get home. I can't wait to get home because it was never my passion. You know what I mean? Obviously,
Yeah,
it's no one's passion to be a scaffolder apart from my brother's because he's just a dedicated scaffolder. But like at the end of the day, now I'm looking at it as if okay, it's a job, it's a workout. I'm not really working on as many building sites and stuff now, so I'm doing a lot of street jobs, which is so much easier. Just like you're not trailing through mud, you know what I mean? You're kind of doing your job, and we've got like he sort of took down his amount of people that he's working for. That is working for him. So there's only 4 of us now, so we're just one squad, and we kind of all go and we all work in together, and it's we can still work super hard, but it's just a lot less like, I don't know, grubby, you know. That's the only words that I can think of. Whereas on the building sites and stuff, you're constantly like checking your watch to see if it's time to go home, because you finish it at the same time every day when you're on a building site and stuff. Where sometimes you'll do a couple of street jobs, you might finish a bit earlier. Some days you'll finish a bit later. It really depends on the jobs that you're doing. So it's, since going back to work, it has been a lot easier, and especially with the flexibility that I've got with the days off, it's really helped. So obviously I need to give my brother a shout out for that.
Yeah.
Although
What's the name of his company?
Dundee Scaffolding Solutions.
Right. Big shout out to them. Are you still vegan, Scott?
I'm not vegan. I've been eating eggs recently. A little bit of cheese every now and again. I went to Italy, and I couldn't go to Italy and not have a fucking cheese pizza. You know what I mean? So, so since then, I've kind of been eating cheese and a bit of eggs, but I do tend to keep off the dairy as much. Like, I don't drink milk or that. I still drink oat milk and whatever else, but I just prefer it. You know what I mean? I prefer oat milk, and I don't really eat a lot of eggs, but I know that obviously it's easier if I'm out in a restaurant or whatever, going out for breakfast, you know what I mean, to have like eggs, poached eggs, scrambled eggs, rather than just, okay, I'm going to have some toast, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Avocado toast and stuff like that.
Yeah, avocado toast, but it's just kind of easier. Like, if there's places that have got good vegan things, I'll go for the vegan option. Like today, I went out for dinner with my mum, and I got a vegan meal. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'll always eat vegetarian. It's just every now and again I'll have something. I do try my best to stick to plant-based. I don't think I've ever been a vegan. I'm not like these preachy vegans where I'm fucking don't wear leather shoes and whatever else. But yeah, every now and again I'll have some. I'll have some eggs and have some cheese. So yeah.
So what sort of thing do you eat for your dinners in training camp?
For my dinner on fight camp, usually I'll have either I'll have tempeh or tofu or like a fake meat. I usually have this thing, Bavera kebab, which is quite low in calories, quite high in protein as well. It tastes really good. So I just usually have that, and then have like some sort of rice or grains or whatever, a wee bit of salad or some broccoli or, you know, asparagus or something like that. You know what I mean? Some veg in there, and I eat a lot of veg. I used to eat a lot of bread as a vegan. I found myself eating loads and loads of bread, so I've kind of got away from the bread and started eating things that are, you know, a little bit better, because I think bread just sort of bags you up. You know what I mean? But yeah, just things like that is what I tend to eat, and yeah, it's kind of easy as well. All my meals, I tend to, if it's not ready in 15 minutes, it's too long cooking for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll throw it in a frying pan.
You're training and stuff as well, like, and you've been working, like, that is too much.
Yeah, that's it. So I'll usually just fry a couple of things up and then chuck it in a wee tub and then take it to work with me, and then that's it. Either way. Sometimes when I'm not on a diet, not cutting weight, I'll obviously go to some shops and I'll get some fatty shit. But you know, during fight camp, I'm trying to be healthy at least.
No, I was just intrigued where your protein came from, but it's like the tofu and the tempeh.
I usually have like I'll have a protein shake every morning as well. Before I go to my bed, I'll have a protein shake as well. So you do get plant-based protein shakes as well, which are, I've had one that's making me fart loads recently, so I'm going to need to change that one.
I've got one
Yeah.
actually that's plant-based just because it tastes really good. It's
Yeah.
a Protein Works one, and it's like the vegan Wonder Shake. It is so good. I highly recommend that. That's
Yeah,
not a
I'm
plug.
gonna.
They're not sponsoring me, but it does taste really creamy, and I actually really
Okay.
prefer it to the whey protein one.
Mhm. Yeah.
So should we talk about the rest of this Cage Warriors card? Because it's so good, isn't it? And they're
Yeah.
still not all announced. Who are
I
you
know.
looking for, Scott?
I'm looking forward to. I would like to see Aiden Stephen always excites me when he fights.
Yeah.
Paul McBain, like obviously all these guys that were the OGs of Cage Warriors. It's
They're
nice
such
to see.
characters as well.
Yeah, it's nice to see us that we're all there at the start. You know what I mean? And we were all asking for these fights, this sort of event, ages and ages and ages ago.
Yeah.
And this is it finally just coming around. You know what I mean? So it's good to see these guys. Well, it will be good to see these guys fighting on this show. It's good to see people like obviously Sean Clancy coming up, Reese as well, Reese McEwen. You know what I mean? These guys are good prospects that are coming through, and Damien as well. Damo, was it Damien? Yeah,
Damon Donald, yeah.
Damon. Yeah, Damien. He's a good fighter. I've watched him. I've sparred with Damo a couple of times. He's a good fighter, so it's been nice for him to get a wee win under there as well. He always comes to fight as well. He's a proper fighter. You know what I mean? He's one of these guys that'll just point to the middle and like, let's throw down. So yeah, I'm excited to see all these guys. There's a few other ones as well. Guys that have been around the scene for years. Like I noticed that Thomas Hepburn was fighting. It'd be good to see him fight. Sometimes it could be hit or miss, but it's a home show, so I'm hoping he does well. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that we've got a big support in Scotland as well. So just give these fans what they wanted.
Listen, I don't deny there's going to be a big support. I mean, we were talking about Newcastle, and Newcastle was like 2/3, 3/4 filled with Scottish people. Right? And that was Newcastle. This is on our doorstep. I mean, the crowd's going to be there. The crowd's definitely going to be there. I mean, it's sold out already. Do you know what I mean? The only place you can buy tickets now is directly through the fighters' links. So there's no tickets on public sale anymore. So
all my mates are complaining about. I told them ages ago, I was like, get tickets early. I says it's probably going to be a sellout. So they're all complaining like the only tickets that are left are like 160 quid. I'm like, well, fucking did tell you. So yeah, all these guys coming through from Dundee. I've obviously got a few friends in Glasgow as well that are coming through as well. So it's nice to get them to come to a show. Like my mum's actually coming to this show. This will be the first ever show that she's been to through my whole career. So again, I'll need to put on that performance for my mum.
Yeah.
How does she feel about watching you fight?
Well, she's shitting herself. She says.
Does she watch you when you're on Fight Pass?
She never watches it live. No, she can't watch it live. She'll
hear that you're okay before she watches it back.
That's it. Yeah, she'll like sit and she'll wait and she'll like ask what's happening and find out after and did I win or did I lose, and I'm like, okay, that's all she really needs to know. But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. My dad's never been to a Cage Warriors fight as well. My dad's been to a few fights, but he's never been to a Cage Warriors fight just because where they were, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's all a long trek for you.
Yeah. It'd be good to have an actual support with me this time, you know what I mean? Because obviously I think the Jack Shore fight, I had a fair few people go down there. I think they sold like 60 tickets or something to go down there, which is quite a big amount to go down to Cardiff. But yeah, it'll be nice for these guys to just travel through there, you know what I mean? It's an hour away, an hour and a half. So they're all getting a bus and coming back. Some of them are staying through there and whatever else. So it'll be good.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be a very sober affair.
I've not had a drink since New Year, so.
So you'll have earned one by April 20th.
Yes, I'll be drunk by 5 minutes after the fight.
But this is going to be
Stu,
good.
you
I mean,
must be buzzing for this.
yeah, I mean, I can't wait. I can't wait. As I say, there's going to be a lot of new school, a lot of old school fighters. Do you know what I mean? All coming together on the one show. I mean, you've obviously mentioned a few of them. Ian Postlethwaite,
Mhm.
Igor Oitas. Now, if anybody wants to see how good these two are, watch the fight. It's on YouTube. Watch the fight that they two had against each other. Right. So
Mhm.
the fight, obviously, they've got other opponents, but they two had an absolute war on Evolution of Combat. I'm trying to remember which one it was 7 or 8. And they two, both of them, come with a pace that's unbelievable. A crazy pace, great
Mhm.
wrestling, great grappling, jiu-jitsu, striking, unbelievable. So obviously they both are going to put on a great fight against their opponents. Do you know what I mean? You've got Michael
Mhm.
Player, Jordan Strong, who
Yeah.
only
I'm
makes a
looking
guess.
forward to seeing Jordan fight as well. I actually forgot that Jordan was on the card, to be honest. He's obviously, I used to obviously train at Scottish Hit Squad, trained with Jordan a good few times. He's very, very good. Um, he's not been very active. I think he's been struggling to get fights. So like I say, it'll be good to watch him fight and get the sort of fights that he deserves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's the one guy. I mean, a lot of people are excited about him because a lot of people know
Mhm.
how good Jordan is. But as you said,
Yeah.
he doesn't get a fight, so he's not one of these guys that's been fortunate enough to fight 3, 4, 5 times a year. So,
Yeah.
but when he comes out, he always puts on a show. So,
Mhm.
you mentioned Lester Thomas Hepburn. Bungard's going to blow the roof off the place again, as
Yeah.
he always does. Higher level. I mean, obviously, you said Sean Clancy. Sean
Mhm.
Clancy doesn't even have an opponent yet he sold fucking hundreds of tickets. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and,
They
and
better get him one.
yeah, listen, they'll get him one. Whether it'll be a welterweight or middleweight, they don't know yet. So I'm sure they'll obviously have an opponent in mind already. So, but yeah, I think they'll wait to announce it. The Cage Warriors have been quite fly with the announcements because what they've
Mhm.
done was I think they announced Reese first, got a bit of hype behind it, put pictures of like Bungard, Sean Clancy, Aiden Stephen, put pictures of different people up, and then are announcing fight by fight. So they've been very, very good with the publicity on this, very good,
Mhm.
which is the reason why, as I said, public sale is done. You can only get tickets now through the fighters, and as you said, Scott, they're 160 quid plus a ticket. So, so it's going to be an amazing
Bargain.
fight.
Mhm.
Yeah, but listen, it's definitely a bargain. Definitely a bargain.
Well, you
So
say those names, like literally all of those are people that you go, yeah, when they're on a fight card, like you just get really, really buzzing to see that they're on any card. You rack them up, like all the names you went through, like there's no toilet breaks on that whole card.
no, no. And I missed
Apart from
some.
the
I missed some.
45 minutes between the prelims and the main card.
But I did miss some. I mean, and I said this before we went live, Scott. I was talking about where everybody comes from. So I was talking about
Mhm.
like Reese McEwen has pretty much the whole of Inverclyde, Greenock, Port Glasgow, all on his side. So they're going to be coming from there. You've got Ian Postlethwaite, who's got the whole of Ayrshire, right? So they're coming from Ayrshire. You've got yourself, the whole of Dundee, Tayside, Angus. You've got what Paul McBain, Damon Donald, Aberdeen, Big Jamie. From up in
Nice.
HMAC Inverness. So they're coming from all over Scotland, and that's
Yeah.
where you're getting all these people are all going to be coming from all over Scotland and further afield, and
Yeah.
that's what's going to make it an amazing night. And everybody's going to back, everybody in the crowd's going to back the Scottish fighter.
Scotland.
So, and that's the thing. I mean, we're a small nation. Right? We're a very, very small nation. What, 4 or 5 million people? But we're going to
Mhm.
make a fucking noise April 20th. An absolute
Yeah.
noise. They're going to hear us in England and fucking San Diego and Rome. They're going to hear us. So I hope they're ready for it. I hope Cage Warriors are ready for it.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it's going to be a really good show because we've been wanting it for so long. I think Cage Warriors is sort of grew over time with the fans and stuff. It's sort of
Yeah.
dwindled away, I think, for a little bit, and then it's now came back big on the scene. They're expanding, like you said, over to San Diego and Rome and stuff. So it's a lot wider audience now. But the Scottish fans are the Scottish fans. You know what I mean? You're never going to beat the Scottish fans. Um, and obviously everybody's going to support the local guys, and everybody's going to support the Scottish guys. So I'm sure it'll be a very loud one. Fucking 5,000 drunk Scottish people in the crowds.
You imagine what the boos are going to be like for the other fighters when they come out. It's just going to be like boo. You're not even going to hear walkout music or nothing. You're just going to hear boo. And then as when the Scottish fighters come out, regardless of who the fighter is,
Yeah.
it's just going to go wild. It's going to go wild. So yeah, fingers crossed. We're all coming away with a victory. It's going to be W's all round for all the Scottish fighters.
Oh my God, that really will lift the roof off if all of them won. Wow, that would be amazing. Have you got your walkout sorted, Scott? Are you going for?
Kind of. I kind of want to come out to like an old Scottish traditional song, like a sort of Cayley song. I was thinking of a wee bit of bagpipes and that. So I'm still dwindling on that one. I might keep to the original sort of boom boom one, but I don't know. I've been searching for one that sticks out. Sorry?
You could do a bit of a mashup and have both.
Yeah, well, yeah, plus a bit of boom boom with the bagpipes.
Might have to get creative.
Yeah, that's it. I've got like I went to see, was it Halloween? Halloween last year. I went to the Isle of Ling, which is away up next to Oban, like out by Oban. Very small island. I know a person on there. I was actually delivering some scaffold, but it's a friend. You know what I mean? So when we were up there, we had a Halloween party in the little sort of village hall, and this band was playing. They're called Box of Bananas. So I think they're from Cullen, and they were playing like on the bagpipes, but it was so good. You know what I mean? At the time, and it was like, I ended up buying their CD, and I think I want to come out to one of their songs, but it's kind of long. It's like 4 minutes long, and then I think it's sort of 8 minutes long, but it's like 4 minutes long before it actually kicks into anything. You know what I mean? So I'm like, is there a way to possibly shorten that a wee bit and get it to kick in a little bit faster? I don't know. So I'm maybe going to need to get one of my DJ friends to get a wee mix going on or something.
Well, just take your time on
the DJ.
That's it. Yeah, just walk really slow.
This is my night.
People falling asleep by the time we get in there.
There's going to be no one asleep the whole night, that is for sure. I'm so buzzing. Have you got any final words, Stoom, before we let Scott go?
No, I'm just absolutely love Scott's style. Do you know what I mean? I love to see him out there. Do you know what I mean? And as I said, I know that obviously through cancellations and all that stuff, and do you know what I mean? It affects him. It does affect him, but do you know what I mean? It's brought him to this point. It's brought him to now. I mean, nothing's easy in this game. We all know that. But yeah, to see him step out there in Scotland, do you know what I mean? In front of 4,000 or 5,000 people, or whatever many is going to be there, and do his thing, and come away with a W. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm 100% behind Scott and every Scottish fighter. Do you know what I mean? I love Scottish fighters. They can be up against fucking anybody. Do you know what I mean? But I just think these fighters, and with the crowd and stuff like that, this is a match made in heaven. Do you know what I mean? And that's what we're going to see April 20th. It's just going to be a fucking unbelievable night. It's going to be a historic night and one for everybody to remember.
I might actually not get booze walking out this time.
You definitely won't. I think we can guarantee that. I can't wait to see you back in there. I feel like it's been far too long, and like I didn't know about the injury until I asked you for this chat. I didn't realise that's why you'd been out so long. So I'm so glad that you made it back onto this Scotland card, because can you imagine if it had been too soon and you couldn't?
I know, it sort of gave me a kick up the ass, you know what I mean? To be like, right, I need to be ready for this date. I need to get myself in shape, and I need to get ready and get myself on this card. Like, I wasn't missing it. No matter what's going to happen, I'm not going to miss this card. I'll go in there with a broken leg if I need to. I'll be fighting on this card.
We spoke about it.
Like the stars have aligned.
But we spoke about it in November, and at the time the rumour was February, right? And then I remember talking about it, and I remember looking at him, and you could see him calculating in his head, February. It's November now. Can I be ready for February? And Yeah, he's never going to miss it. It could have been fucking January, February, March, or April. So, listen, April it is. So, yeah, it's going to be fucking Scotty Malone, Boom Boom's night on April 20th.
Oh, I can't wait. So April 20th, only the expensive tickets left, everyone, but he's well worth it, and so is everyone else on the card. Scott, is there anyone you want to shout out or thank before you go?
I would like to just chuck out the two sponsors that I've got on board for this one. Spaces Tailored from Dundee and Club Entertainment, which is also from Dundee. That's Dylan's company. He's actually a guy I was training with him tonight, so he's helped me out with some sponsorship in the past. And then Spaces Tailored is another guy that I know from Dundee, and he's recently got a new business and he's came on board as well. So that's going to help sort of pay for all my safe MMA stuff and all that shit that I need to pay for.
No sponsor from Dundee Scaffolding Solutions.
He probably will. He's given me the week off. I'm hoping that he's going to pay me for the week that I'm off before before I fight. So that's the plan anyway.
Come on, Kev, sort your brother out, man. Sort your brother out.
Yeah, what's his name?
Kev.
Come on, Kev. Help a brother out, literally. Amazing. Well, we wish you all the very best, Scott, with the rest of the camp. Stay healthy. You look great, as Zoom said. Like, we cannot wait to have you back in the Cage Warriors cage. It's going to be electric.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait. Can't wait to walk out in front of all these Scottish fans and like Scottish flag around the shoulders and that, you know.
It's going to be amazing. We'll see you very soon. Take care.
Thank you.